the major effect of this war is actually going to be oil prices surging. So the oil prices are going to rapidly increase. Why? Well. Hello, viewers. Very good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. So I welcome you back to this channel. My name is Sewankambo Isma, as usual and always. So specifically today we're going to be looking at the impact of war, the US-Iran war that is apparently taking place. We're going to look at the major impact it's causing to the Forex trading market. I will not elaborate and I will not go deep into the war itself, but rather I'll look at their impact in relation to the Forex trading market. One will definitely ask, will it affect the Forex trading market? The answer is yes. The war has to affect the Forex trading market. The reasons are what I'm going to air out today, and it is something that has actually made me to create this particular video. If you haven't subscribed onto our YouTube channel, please do, such that you enjoy the content that we happen to release. You can also go onto other social media platforms of ours: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. Just type in FX Kampala, you find such amazing, informative information. Without any wastage of time, let me get directly onto the reason as to why specifically I created this particular video. We all know there is war, and there is no question about it. The major effect of this war is actually the volatility in the Forex trading market. Trust me or not, once war starts, it may not be specifically this one, I just want to generalize. Once there is war, we expect uncertainties. And the uncertainties cause investors, cause traders to trade in a certain way. When a war arises, what we experience normally is fear. And once people fear, they tend to trade in a certain way and invest in a certain direction. So the same is happening today. You're actually going to see increased volatility. We are seeing actually increased volatility because people now start speculating, because there is an increased uncertainty. So this causes increased volatility, just as we can see today. We see increased volatility in the Forex trading market, and the effect or the factor or the cause of this is none other than the war. So as a trader, since we know that Isma has told us today that there is going to be, or if you haven't seen, or if it is to happen, then get to know there's going to be increased volatility. So as a trader, what do you do when you realize that there's going to be an increased volatility? Definitely, we know you have to minimize the way you actually been trading, do risk management, and by so you definitely be on the safe side of trading. The other thing is we're going to see a rise in the safe haven currencies. The currencies I'm talking about are majorly the US dollar, Japanese yen, and also the Swiss franc. These are considered to be the safe haven. So if you don't know what safe haven is, these are the safe currencies people now going to tend to invest into. Why? Because mostly currencies from poor countries, because they know the economies are not stable, and even if there is war, these currencies may lose value, and there is nothing their governments can do about it. So investors tend to now exchange their funds in safe haven currencies, just as you've seen recently. The US dollar is gaining value. Otherwise, it would actually instead be losing value, but rather it's gaining value this time round. So if you're questioning yourself, why is the US value gaining value instead of it losing? It's because a US dollar is a safe haven. And regardless of what happens, we have to see it gaining in value. So the number one reason as to why it's gaining value, it's not because of trade, it's not because of anything. It's because now traders, it's because now investors, it's because of business people are now coming in to invest into these currencies, because they know this is where their money is safe when they invest in these particular currencies. And which country, when you happen to go with these currencies, you realize that these currencies can easily be exchanged, probably if one is transacting, or one wants to easily change, or one rather wants to change these currencies into another currency. So that's why we expect this to gain in value. So if I'm actually someone that is trading, and of course I know what is happening now is that, and rather during war, we expect to experience increase in safe haven currencies. So what will I do? I'll definitely also go buy. But of course, we have to replicate the aspect of a correlation coefficient where you literally buy. So you just need to keep buying the safe haven currencies. And the major or the main ones are the US dollar, Japanese yen, and Swiss franc. When there is war, especially the war that we see in the Gulf, and the Gulf, we all know oil is the number one commodity in the Gulf. So when there is war, it's going to affect oil. And what will happen to oil prices? They're going to surge. So the point here is the major effect of this war is actually going to be oil prices surging. So the oil prices are going to rapidly increase. Why? Because the rate at which they'll be mining, some of the oil mines are now closed, are being bombed. What does this mean? This means that we're going to experience now scarcity of oil. And now, once this happens, we're definitely going to see that oil is now going to increase in value. Within just a period of what has happened of lately, we see that there has been, oil has jumped right away from $8 and now to $100. So what does this imply? This implies that this war is actually causing oil prices, and once oil prices go up, you know what happens when oil prices go up? It causes inflation because we're buying something that is probably overvalued or general increment in price levels, which probably make some currencies to lose the value in return because we see now there is inflation. Now, this is the effect of this war, and specifically for this war, this is something that if you haven't experienced it, we yet experience more and more about this. So be ready. So as traders, we should always now, at this very moment, expect to go and buy oil. We have different oils, pairs of oil. You can trade oil as oil. You can trade Canadian dollar oil. You can trade a Norwegian krona oil, and Japanese yen oil, or US dollar oil. So all these, you're seeing that oil is gaining value. So it's a matter of you trading them and trading them appropriately, because this is what is going to happen. I've explained to you the cause. I've explained to you why, and then I've explained to you what you should basically do once this happens or as this is happening. We expect to see emerging currencies losing value. Of course, people are now, just like what I said in the beginning, people are removing funds. Rather, they are exchanging the local currencies or the emerging funds now to the safe haven currencies because of what is happening. You see, when there is war, safety is key, both health-wise and also wealth-wise. So people tend to look for safe haven, and by so we're now going to see emerging currencies markets losing in value. So as a trader, definitely this is very direct, and I believe you know what to do next. Inflation is expected to gain value. Why? Because as oil prices gain in value, then everything has to gain in value, which eventually causes increased inflation. So high inflation, because inflation is good, and it can be good, it can be bad. It's about the regulations of the inflation itself. So we're going to see increased inflation, and increased inflation is bad for economies. Why? Because of what is happening in the Gulf, and there's now less productivity of oil and low businesses that are taking place. Probably all of this increases demand for businesses, for oil, and hence causing rapid increment in general price levels, which causes inflation in one way or the other. So we expect the markets to gain value. By now, I believe we know what to do. We know which currencies to buy. We know which currencies to sell because of this information that I've shared with you. So there is a lot and a lot of these factors the war is going to cause, especially in the forex trading market. We expect also the gold prices to rise in value. Why? Because, like I said, you just need to replicate what I said in the beginning of people investing in safe haven. So people are also going now to change the investment instruments. They are now been trading all commodities. Why? Because now they are going to invest in gold. Okay? Because we know gold is one of the most selling precious metals on market. So we now, as traders, we should now look for buy setups in the gold market. Why? Because now this is what is the effect. This is the effect of war. People tend to look for safe instruments they can invest their money once there is war. So don't be surprised when you happen to see gold prices increasing value. So they have been increasing value, but now we expect more and more increment in the prices. So we should then look forward looking for buy setups this time round. There's going to be disrupt in global trade, political risk premium, and a lot more. There is literally a lot more, but specifically for traders, these are the key aspects a trader should know and should trade appropriately as per my communication in this particular video. With that, I believe I'll stop from here. I'll try to put my contact in any case you need any help here and there. In case you want assistance, in case you're finding hardship, in case you want our mentorship, in case you want our live trades, in case you want anything that has to do with the trading, we shall share our contact. With the interest of time, we're going to stop from here. I would say have a lovely day. Enjoy. Bye-bye.